Now, a week and a half into this election campaign, and while all the party politics and finger-pointing goes on, there are the issues, especially transit. Kennedy Station behind me is a hub of sorts in Scarborough, with a subway and an RT coming together, bus routes in the East End come and go. A GO station is right over there, and a new crosstown LRT is being built right behind me as well. With all of that, the reality is the city, especially in the East End, is underserved and the system is at capacity. It's been at the center of planning and political debate for years and continues to be. We're supposed to be moving towards something, but getting nowhere fast. It could be the motto for Toronto's plague transit plans. Waiting forever and a day for something to get done, all while the current system is stifled.
Just how bad is it?
I think at this moment we're at a choking point. In downtown, our subway lines are at or above capacity during morning peak. A third of our bus and streetcar lines are over-congested. So overall, it doesn't look good.
The most modern transit vehicles in the world.
The writing has been on the wall or the back of napkins for decades. Plan after plan, from Transit City to subways, to Smart Track and Regional Express Rail.
We are just trying to resolve the problems that we already have. We are not really thinking futuristic.
While the debate over a Scarborough subway or LRT and the number of stops hasn't stopped. According to Statistics Canada, an average of more than 24% of commuters in all 5 Scarborough ridings take more than an hour to get to work. And if that doesn't hit home, these numbers put each of those same ridings in the top 20 in the entire country for people spending the most time commuting.
When it comes to the bigger projects, unfortunately, we're still stuck into promises by various governments and various levels of government instead of actually trying to plan and build.
Sure, the Spadina subway extension is in service and the Eglinton Crosstown is slowly coming together. But the much-needed relief line has morphed into the Ontario line with nothing set in stone.
We need that now because otherwise 5 to 7 years from now, we will be in a situation where nothing that we have been doing so far would really work.
Right back to where we started, moving nowhere. Here's a look at Kennedy Station, where transit is clearly a major issue in this federal election campaign. For those caught in the chaos throughout the GTA, and especially for those frustrated commuters right here in Scarborough. Voters are looking to the party leaders and wondering who's going to have the biggest impact on their ability to get across the city. So, what's been said on the campaign trail, and will plans and promises make way for action? Step into the heart of Scarborough during rush hour, and you'll find buses and buses picking up crowds of people in need for a better way to get around. Governments talking the talk with plans for a subway, even light rail lines at one point, while commuters are simply taken for a ride.
I'm proud to say that we are finally delivering transit.
While the province and the city try to get along with talks of uploading and special projects, the federal parties and candidates are trying to woo voters with more. John McKay has been the Liberal MP for Scarborough-Guildwood for 22 years. Why isn't this done yet?
Yeah, and I don't have a very good answer. It's the way Canada works, if you will, or not works. The issue is that the federal government doesn't design the subway or the LRT. It doesn't locate it. It doesn't do all of the things that you have to do. We write checks.
What is it that the Conservative Party can do differently in this riding that the Liberals haven't?
You know, absolutely, subway is the way to go. 30, 40 years of talks, a lot of talks, no action.
I think number one would be to provide adequate funding to the municipalities they have been ready, willing, and able to get the job done, but they lack the funding that goes with it.
Before the election, the Liberals had pledged $4.9 billion for Toronto Transit over the next 10 years. including $1 billion for expanding Young Bloor Station and Smart Track stops. Since then, Conservative leader Andrew Scheer has come forward with a perk of sorts, first brought forward by former PM Stephen Harper, before being cancelled by Trudeau.
I will introduce the Green Public Transit Tax Credit to reduce the cost of public transit and make sure that you can keep more of your hard-earned money.
The NDP has said it actually wants to work toward making transit fares free. Ask Toronto's mayor, and he simply wants action.
Three of the parties, the Liberals, Conservatives and New Democrats, what they have been prepared to say is that they would commit to preserving the present money that's been allocated. Well, that's fine, but that doesn't get us any further ahead in terms of planning for the future.